Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all, it's been a minute since I sat down and made a video. This week has been trying me. As you can tell, I'm scruffy and rough, haven't shaved, haven't posted any videos. I've been going through it. But I'm excited to get back into it. I'm excited to make some more content for you guys. I think my last video, at the time of this recording, would have been Not Me, the finale. That was so good. I plan on doing a review of Not Me. I know. I've been trying to keep the review videos, the everything wrong with videos, to shows I haven't reacted to, but I just love it so much that I really want to talk more about it. I really do. Like I really do, and I can't wait to get into that. I can't wait for you guys to chime in. It's gonna be a fun video. It's gonna be a fun video. I have lots of opinions, lots of thoughts on it, and I'm excited to get into it. But today's video, we were talking about Pick and Roam from is it Puppy Honey or Honey Puppy? I think it's Puppy Honey. Hold on, let me search that real quick because my friends drag me every time I say it wrong. Puppy Honey. Honey. Yeah, Puppy Honey. We're talking about Pick and Rome, and also Akintio from Enchante. Because episode 8, if you guys didn't know, I'm reacting to Enchante on my Patreon for free. Go check it out. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it because so basically the video is about ships, couples that I don't think should have been in game or should have become a couple or remain a couple. I think that sometimes we're presented with a ship in these dramas. They're most of them are based on novels, and there is the ship is predetermined. We're just seeing how they got there. The will they, won't they, romantic comedy route. They're going to end up together, but how they're going to do it. That's what we watch for. We watch for those moments. We watch for the storyline, or lack thereof. Sometimes it's just fan service, but we watch it for that. And I think because beforehand, before watching Puppy Honey, I watched like Sodas and the original Two Moons and Waterboy, and even though there was some push, some tug, I still was rooting for the couples to get to the final place, get to the final destination, get together, right? Puppy Honey, it really shattered my rose-colored glasses. Everything I thought about these dramas kind of went out the window when it came to this, because at the end when they got together, I was like, no, no. And I know there's a running gag on my channel, especially early on with like Tarn Type and Why Are You, where I joke about any minor inconvenience, breakup. I did that a lot during my engineer. That couple should have broken up, but I was mostly joking like, oh, break up because like I say, any like minor teensy weensy inconvenience. I'm like, get rid of the whole man, throw him away. And I'm only mostly joking, mostly. But in Puppy Honey's case and Enchante's case, I'm like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Now, before we get started with the video, my thoughts and opinions on it, guys, I'm really, 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 really wanting to get my camera replaced, and I was hoping you guys can help me out by becoming patrons. The ultimate goal is 100. If I get 100 patrons, I will react to Bad Buddy the series, the whole series. And if I get halfway, 50 patrons, so halfway point, I will do Tales of a Thousand Stars. I did watch the first episode of Tales of a Thousand Stars, but I haven't seen it since episode 1, so I would react to that. And Bad Bunny, I have seen all of Bad Bunny, but but I will still react to, so you guys can get my thoughts and opinions on that show. So if you guys can find it in your heart and your wallet to become a patron, help me get my camera replaced, I will greatly appreciate that. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so Pick and Roam. They were the first pair of that Off Gun portrayed. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure this is the first coupling they did before Theory of Love, and obviously before their pairing of the same characters in Our Sky. And I was aware of both actors, more so Off because of Sodus and I've seen Gunn in clips and stuff of different movies and stuff he's done, and he was acting back then. He still is, but he was acting like he is an actor. Okay, he be acting all kinds of roles. So I was excited to see this pairing. They were a secondary pair in the show. Now, Puppy Honey as a whole, I do like it. Well, I did like it back then. I'm not sure if I can really get into it now, but back then I liked it. I really did. I really did. Um, my problem with the pairing is how Off's character was, and how it seems like the narrative is that they are they're in game, so let's have them be together regardless if it doesn't seem to make work or make sense. Um, Now in the show we had Off's character be the one who was against dating Rome. He was like, "Oh, I'm not with that gay stuff. I'm not with it. No, 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 ma'am. I'm surprised. I don't want to punch you out." Because they did like have this kiss, and they had the most atrocious kiss I've ever seen in these dramas. Their lips did not touch, but they were like doing, the kissy face, but like close to each other. Atrocious, atrocious. I was even the Love Sick and Make It Right did better than that, and those shows are childish. So I didn't understand how it was. It was a lot. Um, so his character did not want to date Gunn's character Rome, and Rome was like, "Okay, bet, cool." However, as we all saw, Pick off, if you will, was like getting jealous because Rome had another suitor. What was Singh's character's name? Den. Singh's character's Singh's character's name was Den. He was a potential love interest for Rome. Now, I did see it kind of like a friendly. We have the same interest. We're both in the photography club. We're both, that's our thing. So I didn't really see him trying to like get booed up, but I would have minded. It was a nice pairing. But as we saw, Pick was not having it. He was getting jealous. He invited himself on their photography trip, decided to drive them, and he was an ass the whole entire time. Like he was already like a jerky type of character, but it was kind of comedic beforehand. And like I was fine with him not trying to be booed up with Rome for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason, but he had his reasons for not being booed up, and I was like, okay, fine, great, let's keep it moving. Rome found another potential love interest, or at least another friend, and I was like, okay, cool. Pig started acting so child. He invited himself to the trip. He was a jerk the whole time driving up there, to the point where Rome, who was more of a meek character, had to put him in his place. He had to put him in his place because he was acting wild at the gas station, at the campsite. He was doing the most. He was being just so jealous and so like volatile the whole time. Even to the point where after they left, Rome was like, "I do not want to drive with you anymore. You are awful. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm gonna walk myself home. Drop my friend off. Drop Den off. I'm gonna walk home because you are doing too much." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." He was being awful to him, to his company the whole time, being a brat, being a jerk. It was a lot. So I was like, "Okay, work." Then Pick was like, "No, no, no, no. I want to be with you. Let's stop playing these games. I'm so sorry." I don't remember him apologizing actually. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't remember him apologizing at all. However, Rome was like, "All right, bet, cool, cool." Now, what the show did, they kind of made Singh's character Din the villain-esque. His character changed from how you initially met him to later because he kept trying to date Rome in a more aggressive way, calling him up, begging him, telling him he should be with him. It was getting annoying, and I was like, okay, well, that didn't work out. But Rome can be on his own alone. But of course, he was Buddha with Pick. I was like, okay, whatever. I guess if that's what you want, tell me why. Our man Den here, he orchestrated this whole plan, almost said backhanded, but a plan to basically show Rome that Pick is trash. I mean, we've been new, but I guess Rome was so in love, so he was kind of like whatever. He had his homegirl flirt with Pick and kind of get like in his face, get his attention, and it worked. It worked. He started hanging out with her. He was interested in her. Um, we saw that he was ignoring Rome for a while. He didn't answer his text messages. He didn't pick the phone call up. He was just being like. Anyways, I said I was gonna be with you, and I made you feel like crap on your trip with your friend during your photography trip, and I'm trying to make up for it, but I'm actually not anymore. I'm over that. I'm interested in her. Okay, so that happens, right? The boys found out that Den was behind it. Homegirl was not actually into pics. She was just, was hired to do so. And then did it to show Rome, like, look, yo, man, it's trash. You should be with me. Listen, when Pick found out, he was like, oh, what you won't do is get in between us. And he beat him up. It was like, this is my man, and yada, yada, yada. And we going to be together, yada, yada, yada. I was like, wait a minute. That sounds good on paper, I guess, but you still ignored him, you still dismissed him, and you still was trying to holler at homegirl. I know homeboy made it happen with his, manipulation of the situation, but he had the point. The point was made. You are what he said you were. I don't understand why Rome ended up with him. No, he should have did more. He should have did more to prove himself, more to redeem himself because he did not. Yeah, he beat up Dan. Yeah, that's fine and Danny. That's a start. However, no ma'am, no ma'am. Y'all should not have been together. Rome, you deserve way more than that. This guy's been treating you like trash. It, no, no, and I just don't find this whole him like I guess admit his feelings or being up Den to be a moment to be like, oh my gosh, he cares for him. Oh my heart, no, oh yes, no. He was still trash. He was still awful, and that's a trend in these shows. One half of the couple, sometimes both parts of the couple, can be just terrible, and they end up together. And everyone's like, yes, ugh, I love it. Like, how? I don't understand. I don't understand. And that was the very first couple, very first pair I was like disgusted with. And I was like, this cannot be the standard. This cannot, y'all don't see how awful he was? What he did? I don't get it. And that leads me to Enchante. If you guys didn't know, we found out who Enchante is in episode 8. It was Teal the whole time, and the scapegoat, the figurehead of being Enchante was Saifa, Gowan's character. But I guess Teal's plan got out of hand when three other people came into the mix to be Enchante. So he had to keep up the mystery, keep up this fake thing he was doing. When I tell you I was agitated and annoyed because I thought that might have been like a really twist that he was Enchante the whole time. I was like, no, they can't do that because that's ridiculous. But my want for the show, like him writing to Enchante and growing to like the person behind the facade, would have been cool. But now I see why they didn't do that because Tia was Enchante. He would have been writing to himself the whole time. And the T, he was the other person that knew who he was. He told us and early on. I'm not sure if it was like episode 4 or 5 when he had that gallery show, and he was like, "Oh, if you walk through here, you'll see who Enchante is." It was a bunch of photos of Tio. He told us. He been told us. Yeah, he was being very cryptic and kind of like, you know, is it Enchante? I don't know who it is. I don't know. He told us. He told us. And the fact that my voice cracked, y'all. The fact that Tio put Ak through all this stuff. Ak was the one who had to get all the flyers up off the floor, had to take them off down the wall. Tio didn't help him with that. Ak was the one who had to take the brunt of Tio's brattiness when he was telling him, like, oh, yeah, maybe they're trying to use you because, you have connections, your dad, all this good stuff. He was so mad at him, kicked him out. Ak's sister made him apologize. It was the fact that for most of the show, Tio was a brat. Nearly all. I mean, now he's kind of okay-esque, but he's been a brat for like 7 episodes. You know what I mean? Like 7 episodes, he's a brat. The fact that he did that to Ak and was a jerk to him, just to turn around and be like, he just wanted his attention. He did all this just to get a rise out of him, to get him to, which doesn't make any sense. Ak has always given him attention since he got there, since he landed in Thailand and Rose came to his parents' house, and Ak was there. You needed food, a place to stay. I picked you up from the police station. I went to I didn't go to the ice cream shop until you came back. I helped you with this. I was doing this. I lost my job because of you. Him doing all this bull crap. This whole let's find an enchante. I don't want to give it up. I don't know. I don't want to do it. Ooh, we gotta figure out who it is. Even Ak begged him a few times to be like, you know what? Can we not? Can we not do this just for him to be enchanté? Yo. And look. I understand. Ak likes him, so he's with it. So I'm not too upset because Ak is with it, but I feel like Ak should have dragged him. Take a note from Kiss Me the series, Cal and Pete. When Pete was trying to like boo up Cal, he was like, "Okay, pump the brakes. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling this." However, they physically fought each other for like 8 episodes. They were physically fighting each other, arguing on a regular basis. He was like, "Oh, you need to act right. Show me better. Show me better than this." That's what I want from these couples. If Rome was gonna want to be with him, he should be like, okay, but you need to start acting right. What you did was disrespectful. You played me. I want this to work, and we can make it work, but you won't have to step it up. Because I'm not tolerating this. Ak should do the same thing. I think everyone babies Theo and like Tio, and they baby him so much, and we got to make sure he's okay, and because he was crying, he was drunk, and he was like, ugh, and it's getting weird. Okay, the manipulation is getting weird. That's how I felt about Together the series. That couple, Bright and Wynn, Tyne and I forgot his name, Wynn's character, but him like doing stuff behind the scenes because he wants to place himself in his life. I don't find that to be like cute or like, oh, I find it to be gross because he was doing the most. Like when Drake's character was flirting with Homeboy, he came in and started fighting. I'm like, that's not your man. You're doing a lot. It's a bad look. And now we find out you've been liked him, and you're faking the funk. You're playing this character so you can get with him. It's, oh my gosh, that trope it rubs me the wrong way. I know I've seen people's thumbnails and some people's reactions a little bit to these kind of things to the show, and it just disgusts me because I'm like, why would you want one of the characters to have to be with someone who did them so dirty in more ways than one? You know, I felt that way about Why Are You when he attacked him in the bedroom. Fighter attacked Tudor in the bedroom. Wait, who's Tudor? Okay, yeah, Fighter attacked Tudor. I'm like, which one did Z play? Attacked him when people were just bringing up the fact that, oh well, he didn't tell him that why he broke up with him. He left him hanging. He's sad. He was going through it. How is that an excuse for his behavior? How? Tell me how. It's not an excuse. Now, I'm all for the character making amends, making it right. I will have loved that. The character's like, okay, I'm a go get therapy. I'm gonna do this from now on. I'm gonna work on doing this. I would have been with it, and it makes more sense as a couple to kind of that's the all moment. Like, okay, they're working on changing their behavior. They're working on just rebuilding the trust that they lost with me. Like, I would have been with that, but these shows don't do that. There's one grand gesture. There's one revelation. And it's like, okay, we're with it. Ooh, yes. No. Like, I don't, and I know my mentality is based in reality. Like, I'm basing on a real situation, not fictional fantasy like these shows are. However, it's hard for me to detach it because I guess you grow attached to the characters and you want the best for them. You want what they want. But when they are being treated a certain way, it's kind of like, no. No, especially when they do like the love triangle, and the other person is a better choice. I mean, I know on paper they might be a better choice. They might present themselves, checking all the boxes a little bit too well. Like, okay, they're perfect. Like, but they let me feel. I understand that butterflies are real. You can feel the feels, and maybe that person that is perfect in every other way just doesn't, get your rocks off, and you're kind of like. But you don't have to be with the jerk though. You can be single. You can be with someone who makes you feel the feels, but also is good for you. You can do that. You can do that. I just, why not? Why not? Why are we so complacent or so giddy about these situations where one half or not, if not all, the both parties involved are terrible? I'm looking at you, Turn Type. Y'all both. I mean, Turn Type, they deserve each other because it was. Oh my gosh, those two. Those two. I don't even get into. I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all know how I feel about Turn Type. It's. Uh, uh. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this topic, this situation. How do you guys feel? Um, lots of shows do this. Sometimes they don't do it until the second season, which I don't know why. I'm gonna do a video on second seasons of shows in the future, but eh, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you guys think below. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Again, if you feel the need to, feel compelled to become a patron, I would greatly appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next video.